There are certain fighters in the UFC who are making noise in their weight classes, which have shown signs of them winning UFC gold in the future. So here is 10 fighters who are bound to become future champions. Number 10. Jimmie Rivera is the number 5th ranked bantamweight in the UFC who has just ran through everybody he has faced so far. He holds a professional mixed martial arts record of 20 wins and 1 loss. He possesses a lot of power for a bantamweight where he likes to keep the fight on the feet. His overall game is top notch and has slowly been moving up the bantamweight ladder. I believe his dominant fighting style combined with his high level overall game will help him become the future UFC bantamweight champion. He last defeated Uriah Faber by a unanimous decision at UFC 203. Number 9. Moreno is the number 7th ranked flyweight in the UFC who has looked amazing in his UFC run so far. He holds a professional mixed martial arts record of 14 wins and 3 losses. He is a well-rounded fighter who is comfortable wherever the fight goes. He possesses great striking and has a very deadly submission game. I believe his exciting fighting style combined with his high-level overall game will help him become the future UFC flyweight champion of the world. He last defeated Dustin Ortiz by a rear naked choke in the 2nd round at UFC Final 108. Number 8. Misha Cirkunov is the number 7th ranked light heavyweight in the UFC who is one of the hottest prospects in the 205-pound division. He holds a professional mixed martial arts record of 13 wins and 2 losses. He is a great striker and has a whole arsenal of different submissions in his game. He has finished all of his opponents in the UFC impressively so far, where he is making a lot of noise in the division. His high-level finishing rate shows that he has what it takes to become the future UFC light heavyweight champion of the world. He last defeated Nikita Krylov by a guillotine choke in the 1st round at UFC 206. Number 7. Namajunas is the number 4th ranked strawweight in the UFC who is a super talented young fighter with so much potential. She holds a professional mixed martial arts record of 6 wins and 3 losses. She possesses both great striking and can lock in a submission quickly when she has her opponents hurt. She is very young in the sport and has plenty of time to develop her skills. I believe she has all the tools to become the future UFC strawweight champion of the world. She last defeated Michelle Waterson by a rear naked choke in the 2nd round at UFC on Fox 24. Number 6. Valentina Shevchenko is the number 1 ranked bantamweight in the UFC who has quickly made it to the top of the 135-pound division. She holds a professional mixed martial arts record of 14 wins and 2 losses. She has a high level background in both kickboxing and Muay Thai and has displayed a well-rounded game very well inside the octagon. I believe she has transitioned well into MMA where I believe she has all the tools needed to become the future UFC bantamweight champion of the world. She last defeated Juliana Pena via an armbar in the 2nd round at UFC on Fox 23. Number 5. Gunnar Nelson is the number 9th ranked welterweight in the UFC who has displayed great submission skills over top fighters in the 170-pound division. He holds a professional mixed martial arts record of 16 wins, 2 losses and 1 draw. He is a very patient fighter who looks for the right opportunity to strike. Once he has his opponents hurt, he uses his high-level submission game to finish his opponents on the ground. I believe with his high-level submission game combined with his patient striking will help him become the future UFC welterweight champion of the world. He last defeated Alan Jouban by a guillotine choke in the 2nd round at UFC Final 107. Number 4. Yair Rodriguez is the number 7th ranked featherweight in the UFC who has used his unorthodox flashy fighting style to progress up the featherweight ladder. He holds a professional mixed martial arts record of 10 wins and 1 loss. He is known for his wild fighting style where he throws a number of different kicks during his fights where he likes to keep his opponents guessing into what his next move will be. He is still very young in the sport and has plenty of time to develop his skills. I believe with his unpredictable fighting style combined with his high level striking will help him become the future UFC featherweight champion of the world. He last defeated BJ Penn by TKO in the 2nd round at UFC Final 103. Number 3. Francis Ngannou is the 5th ranked heavyweight in the UFC who has used his raw power to completely destroy all the heavyweights he has faced so far. He holds a professional mixed martial arts record of 10 wins and 1 loss. He is known for his vicious knockout power where he has violently finished all of his opponents with only a few strikes. He has unbelievable power and is definitely a big threat in the UFC heavyweight division. His knockout power combined with his high level overall game will help him become the future UFC heavyweight champion of the world. He last defeated Andrei Arlovski by TKO in the 1st round at UFC on Fox 23. Number 2. Tony Ferguson is the number 2 ranked lightweight in the UFC who has defeated all of the top competition in the UFC lightweight division quite easily. He holds a professional mixed martial arts record of 22 wins and 3 losses. He uses his unorthodox striking where he is slowly able to break his opponents over the rounds. He also possesses a very dangerous ground game where he is able to tie his opponent up when he has his opponents hurt. He is one of the best lightweights on the planet where it's only a matter of time before he is holding UFC gold. He last defeated Rafael dos Anjos by a unanimous decision at UFC Final 98. Number 1. Robert Whittaker is the number 3 ranked middleweight in the UFC who has made a massive impact ever since he came into the 185-pound division. He holds a professional mixed martial arts record of 18 wins and 4 losses. He possesses one-punch knockout power where he can end the fight with only a few strikes. He always shows great improvement in every fight and has taken his game to a whole new level. He is closing in fast towards a title shot, and I believe he has all the tools to become the future UFC middleweight champion of the world. He last defeated Jacare Souza by TKO in the second round at UFC on Fox 24.